You put a face to credit unions in your community. You're a constituent, and you're the person they're here to represent. You're providing services in their community. Yes, it's important for them to hear from us in Washington, but they're much more concerned about what their constituents think back home. So it's absolutely critically important for them to hear from you directly. Attending GAC it's the most important meeting of the year. Thankfully, it's also our largest meeting of the year. We're going to have 4,000 people here for GAC. We're actually going to have more people here in 2012 than we had in 2011, which we think is fantastic. But this focuses our efforts. It focuses our message on Capitol Hill. We spend all year long talking to them here in Washington. You talk to them back at home. But when they see 4,000 people here in Washington, that sends a loud message. This is one of the largest groups that comes to Washington to lobby Congress. And this year in particular, when there are 1,000 bankers in town, we're going to have 4,000 credit union people in town carrying the credit union message. So it is the most important meeting of the year, and thankfully the largest meeting of its kind anywhere in the credit union movement, and quite frankly larger than anything the banks can pull together here in D.C. Every office in Washington, D.C. is important. Every member of Congress has a vote. 535 seats, 435 in the House, 100 in the Senate. Everyone is important. Some are more important than others. Certainly the chairman of the committees of jurisdiction and the ranking member in the Senate, in the House, the people we work with most closely, certainly in the Senate, Tim Johnson and Richard Shelby, who are the chairman and ranking member of Senate Banking, Max Baucus and Orrin Hatch, who are the chairman and ranking member of the Senate Finance Committee. In the House of Representatives, Dave Camp is the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee and certainly a very important member of Congress for us. Congressman Levin, the ranking member of that committee, extremely important. On the House Financial Services Committee, Spencer Backus, chairman, Barney Frank, ranking member. Those are very important. But every office is important. In the House of Representatives, certainly in the Senate, where we've made some recent inroads, we need to continue to build our strength. But as I said, there are some more offices that are more important than others, but I want to reemphasize every single seat, 535 seats, every single seat is important. So our key messages at GAC this year really center on three key themes. Protecting the credit union tax exemption. Credit unions deliver a great value to their members for the tax exemption. Every single day back at home, you do a great job serving your members. That message needs to come through loud and clear. Credit unions can do more to help small businesses and help this economic recovery kick into high gear. $13 billion of additional capital, 140,000 jobs, no cost to taxpayers. That's an important part of our message. And finally, we've had legislation introduced recently to allow credit unions who so choose to have supplemental capital options similar to what low-income credit unions have. And it's important for credit unions to be able to grow as their members' needs grow and as their communities grow. And so we're going to be promoting supplemental capital. There's other messages we have this week coming up. Certainly, we need to reduce the regulatory burden on credit unions. We're going to be working to do that with NCUA and with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. We have some concerns about examination practices, but from a legislative perspective, protecting the tax exemption, member business lending, and supplemental capital are three of the key themes.